Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now. The intense search and new discovery, a black glove found by the side of the road, according to the New York Post, a mile and a half from Nancy Guthrie's home. Authorities tonight also zeroing in on the backpack and gun seen in those eerie images of a man at Nancy Guthrie's front door. A person of interest detained late last night, quickly released, what authorities are now saying. Also developing tonight, Attorney General Pam Bondi battles it out on Capitol Hill over the Epstein files.
And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Arguments and personal attacks, you'll hear it all tonight. And actor James Van Der Beek, best known for his role in the 90s teen drama Dawson's Creek, dead tonight at just 48 years old after a battle with cancer. What he said in his final post on social media. And what's black and white and cute all over? How about 29 baby pandas making their big debut?
Let's eat.
Plus, carbo loading like a champ. Which Italian classic do American Olympians prefer? Pizza or pasta?
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Tony DeCopel.
Thank you for joining us on what is now day 11 in the search for Savannah Guthrie's mother. And we do begin with breaking news in that investigation. A possible new clue found on the side of the road near Nancy Guthrie's home. The New York Post reporting it tonight, a black glove. Investigators collecting supposedly resembling the gloves worn by the person captured on that doorbell camera video lurking outside Nancy Guthrie's door the night she disappeared. That news caps an extraordinary 24 hours in this investigation as authorities released those first images. And just a short time later, the sheriff's department detained a man for questioning before quickly clearing him. Tonight, the Pima County Sheriff's Department says it is sifting through nearly 18,000 calls, all with potential leads. And yet the whereabouts of Nancy Guthrie remains a mystery at this hour. Jonathan Vigliotti is following the latest developments once again for us. Jonathan, good evening. What do we know?
And Tony, good evening to you. That glove was recovered about a mile and a half from the crime scene. Investigators have been tracking down thousands of leads in just the last 24 hours. The sheriff says they've received more than 4,000 calls.
An FBI search near Nancy Guthrie's home revealed a potentially critical clue. The New York Post reporting a black glove similar to the one a person is wearing in this surveillance video was recovered near the crime scene. CBS News has not independently confirmed the report. Investigators were seen talking to nearby residents.
I just wanted to know if I saw or heard anything, if I had cameras at the house.
It's been more than 24 hours since these haunting images were released of the person caught on Guthrie's security camera.
There are a wealth, a cascade, like a waterfall of leads that come directly from that video.
Retired FBI Special Agent Lance Lysing has been studying the video, which shows a masked individual armed with what appears to be a weapon on his waist.
What stands out to you?
From the backpack, to the holster, to the potential weapon, to the jacket, to the flashlight in his mouth, the unique ski mask. Most of them have some unique characteristics that will absolutely be followed up on.
A law enforcement source close to the investigation tells CBS News they're familiar with the individual's brand of backpack, possibly an Ozark trail hiker, and they're looking into it along with other brands. You can clearly see the backpack in the video. Experts say its color is distorted by the doorbell camera's infrared technology.
It absolutely distorts it, and it distorts the image altogether.
Lysing also points out this person's lack of urgency.
It almost is like they don't have a plan, and they're doing their reconnaissance and assessing in the moment. It makes me think he's not sophisticated. He's an amateur doing this.
Overnight, authorities detained a person they called a subject at a traffic stop south of Tucson. Hours later, this man told reporters he was that subject and had been released.
I hope they get the suspect, because I'm not it.
And as the search continues for the suspect or suspects and Nancy Guthrie, the FBI continues to call on the public for their help. Anyone with information is asked to call the 2 tip lines there on the screen. Tony?
Jonathan, thank you very much. We turn to Capitol Hill now, where a shouting match broke out today as Attorney General Pam Bondi sparred with critics in Congress, referring to one as a, quote, washed-up loser and another as this woman. Here's Justice Correspondent Scott McFarland.
Pam Bondi acknowledged the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein in the crowd, sitting behind her wearing white T-shirts in solidarity.
I am deeply sorry for what any victim has been through.
But she did not apologize when accused of botching the release of the Epstein case files.
Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through?
I'm not going to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
Democrats and Republican Thomas Massie blasted her for the agency mistakenly releasing the names of dozens of survivors who wanted to stay anonymous.
Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure?
And for redacting the names of people suspected of knowing of Epstein's crimes against girls.
I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done.
Bondi repeatedly refused to answer most questions from Democrats in a hearing that was littered with angry exchanges.
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get, you're a failed politician.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go there?
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
Most Republicans voiced support for Bondi.
Thank you for the work you've been doing to refocus the DOJ again on doing your core job.
Bondi was also questioned about why Epstein's co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, was transferred to a low-security prison camp in the days after she sat for an interview with Bondi's deputy last year. Bondi said she was unaware of the transfer and only learned about it after the fact, even though, Tony, it was approved by her Bureau of Prisons.
Scott, thank you very much. We turn now to El Paso, Texas, where planes are flying in and out of the international airport there after the airspace was temporarily shut down overnight. The official explanation, a threat from Mexican cartel drones that has been neutralized. But we've learned there's more to that explanation, and it involves high-energy lasers used to take down drones. Here's senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
For the next 10 days, we're stopped, all ground stopped.
Okay, ground stopped at 0630 for how long?
10 days.
The announced 10-day shutdown lasted only about 8 hours, but sources tell CBS News it stemmed from a dispute between the FAA and the Pentagon over planned testing of a high-energy laser system intended to take down drones. The DoD argued the testing was urgent and would occur over 10 days. The FAA responded by closing the airspace without advance notice, citing special security reasons and kicking off a firestorm of finger-pointing.
Decisions made without notice or coordination puts lives at risk and creates unnecessary danger and confusion.
The news sent other government agencies, including TSA and lawmakers, scrambling for answers.
We received notice at around 4:30 this morning.
So after the closure had happened?
I believe that's the case.
Yes. So that's a problem. If there's a major closure, TSA should know that there's closure happening. So should other agencies within the government.
For flyers, confusion and cancellations.
The attendant told me that the flight had been canceled, all flights going to and from El Paso, and I was like in shock.
The Trump administration said cartel drones crossed into U.S. airspace, prompting the Pentagon to act, though it's unclear when. Earlier this week, an anti-drone laser shot down what was thought to be a foreign drone near the border. It was later identified as a party balloon.
The FAA and DoD are not directly commenting. Drones linked to Mexican cartels are believed to be operating in the border area around El Paso. That is a big concern for the Department of Defense. For the FAA, top of their mind, that midair collision in Washington, it appears they may have made a decision out of an abundance of safety, perhaps not an abundance of communication. Tony.
Chris, thank you very much. We turn now to Canada and the deadliest school shooting there in more than 35 years. 9 people killed, including the shooter, and more than 24 wounded in Tumbler Ridge. That's a remote mountain town in western Canada. 2 of the victims were the shooter's mother and stepbrother, found dead at home before the shooter moved on to the school. When asked by a reporter about the shooter's gender, authorities said the person was, quote, born as a biological male and began transitioning to female approximately 6 years ago before dropping out of school. Now to the new images tonight showing federal agents in action as part of the president's ongoing immigration crackdown. First, according to Homeland Security, an undocumented migrant in St. Paul, Minnesota, was attempting to elude agents today as he ran red lights and ultimately crashed. In another case involving Border Patrol agents, the new video out today is our very first look at the case of a 30-year-old U.S. citizen shot 5 times by a federal agent in Chicago last fall. Here's Lilia Luciano.
In this newly released body cam video, immigration agents are heard making taunting comments about Marimar Martinez, who had been following them while honking, she said, warning neighbors about ICE presence.
All right, it's time to get aggressive and get the out, because they're trying to box us in.
The agents and DHS said Martinez had rammed into the agent's car and then tried to run him over. The video shows the driver, Border Patrol agent Charles Exum, as he tells agents in the car they will make contact.
We're going to make contact and we're boxed in. We are boxed in.
Exum is seen quickly steering left and right. Then he steps out of the car, gun in hand.
Be advised, we've been struck,
Martinez testified before Congress last week.
I looked down and I noticed blood gushing out of my arms and legs, and I realized I've been shot multiple times.
The newly released material includes multiple text messages where Agent Exum appears to brag about the shooting and get praise from colleagues. I fired 5 rounds and she had 7 holes. Put that in your book, boys. Cool, I'm up for another round of F around and find out. Beers on me when I see you at training, someone else texted him. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino sent Exum an email less than 4 hours after the shooting, offering the agent to extend his retirement in light of his excellent service in Chicago, adding, "You have much yet left to do." Soon after the shooting, officials labeled Martinez a domestic terrorist. She was first charged with assaulting agents, but prosecutors later dropped the charges.
We reached out to DHS and they challenged that any of the new materials refute the statements initially made from the agents. And tonight, CBP has confirmed to CBS News that consistent with policy, Agent Exum was placed on administrative leave. We're still unclear, Tony, regarding when that happened.
Lilia, thank you very much. The actor James Van Der Beek died today after a 2.5-year battle with colorectal cancer, his wife Kimberly announced. He rose to fame, of course, as a teen idol in the late 90s, starring in the show Dawson's Creek. He was a father of 6 and just 48 years old. Here's Carter Evans.
Dawson, yeah, I know. We met before.
James Van Der Beek led a generation through the tumult of teenage love as Dawson Leary, the title character in Dawson's Creek. The 90s TV drama turned Van Der Beek and his co-stars, Katie Holmes, Michelle Williams, and Joshua Jackson, into Hollywood stars. And the 1999 film Varsity Blues sealed his status as a teen heartthrob.
I don't want your life.
Van Der Beek's death was announced by his wife Kimberly on social media. He met his final days with courage, faith, and grace, she wrote. His cause of death was not made public, but in 2024, Van Der Beek revealed he'd been diagnosed the year before with colorectal cancer.
It has been the hardest year of my life. And this year, I had to look my own mortality in the eye. I had to come nose to nose with death.
He spoke publicly about his battle to raise awareness. According to the American Cancer Society, colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer-related deaths among Americans under 50. 2 weeks ago, in his last social media post, Van Der Beek gave a tribute to his daughter and father on their shared birthday. He's survived by his wife and 6 children. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Up next in a moment, a portrait of cuteness in black and white. 29 baby pandas. We counted twice. Today, one person died and multiple people were injured when a bus in Iowa went off the road and overturned in a ditch.
You are needed for a bus that is overturned that has children on it.
That bus was carrying 33 people chartered by the baseball team from Iowa Lakes Community College. There is good news on the economy tonight. Wages are up, unemployment is down, and the U.S. added 130,000 new jobs in January. That, according to the Labor Department, that's the best month since 2024. Most of the jobs came in health care, and while some white-collar jobs suffered, mostly in finance and information, parts of the blue-collar economy boomed. 33,000 new construction jobs and the first manufacturing growth in more than a year. And because there's nothing cuter than a giant panda, except maybe a baby panda, we bring you this report from China. 29 energetic panda cubs made their TV debut celebrating the Lunar New Year a week early. The cubs are not exactly the best at following directions. They run off course quite quickly, and they've got a little bit of a baby race and went haywire. Later, the cubs had some fun in a giant rice dumpling bowl. Very cute. Up next, the good stuff, pizza, pasta, and all the carbs an Olympian can eat.
This portion of the CBS Evening News is brought to you by Atrubi. It's time to get busy living.
We are back with the good stuff tonight. A different sort of Olympic dream in Italy right now, not the one with podiums and medals. We're talking pizza and pasta. Olympic organizers are serving more than a half-ton of pasta every day inside the athletes' village, according to the New York Times. And we found lots of pasta lovers in our very informal poll of U.S. Olympians.
If it's good pasta, like al dente and just perfectly cooked, maybe with like a truffle sauce.
I'm a really big fan of the little like ones that look like a trumpet. I'm forgetting what they're called.
I believe she means campanelli pasta. Gold medal winner Breezy Johnson. One curler, by the way, has taken to posting food reviews on Instagram.
Today, we have the pasta. Let's eat.
So he gave that dish a 7.2 out of 10, calling it dry, but pizza did better, which also seems to be the preference of our wonderful U.S. ski team.
I've actually had pizza every single day for pretty much every single meal.
For some of these athletes, all this is about carbo loading in the jargon of food science. They're eating so much because they have to. They've got to fuel these amazing achievements we've all been watching. But the other great thing, of course, about being in Italy for the Olympics is win or lose, there's always dinner. That's another day in America. I'm Tony DeCopel. For all of us here at CBS News, we thank you for watching. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Good night for now.